What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and the offense for today was better, much better than yesterday. It was a run heavy offense today. Jalen Hurts. We'll talk about his performance. Much better than yesterday, like I mentioned before. Uh, we're gonna talk about Lane Johnson not making the NFL's top 100, and we're going to talk about one of the star wide receivers in this training camp. And it might surprise a lot of you, but it didn't come to a surprise to me. Kind of shocking, but not a surprise. And I'm going to explain why. We have we have two guys on the injury list that might have brought some concerns, but I don't think that you should be concerned. Very precautionary. If you watch the last video, man, this would be the same thing. Be the same thing. We're gonna go over the injury list for Wednesday, and we're gonna give some ideas on who took their spots, why this is a great time for them to take their spots, and how they did. We're gonna talk about Jalen Hart. I'm sorry, Jalen Hart. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did an interview and he dropped the name of this wide receiver playing really well. He's being noticed around for the whole camp. I think he's playing better than any other wide receiver outside of Devontae Smith. Dontavian Wicks, I feel like is playing very, very, very good, but I think I expected him to play that way. For the people who didn't expect him to play that way and thought that was going to automatically be Mekhi Lemon's spot, maybe he surprised them, but I don't sit at that tape. Sean Mannion goes on to WIP and talks about the art of play calling. Sean Mannion has never called plays, as we know. This is his first opportunity to do so, and he talks to WIP about the process on that. Like, the man's smart, so I think there's a reason for why he do things, and that just goes right into play calling. I think it'll just mesh very well. And I'm not saying he's going to outsmart 16, 17 teams in this season. The defensive coordinators of those teams this season. But I can see him having a really good game against at least five. At least five. Okay, we got somebody who is not going to be talked about like that. I'm going to give him some love because Nick Sirianni and the team, just not Nick Sirianni, everybody loves this quarterback. From the time we drafted him, people believed really, really highly of him. They love his intangibles, and he's showing it today. So, with all that being said, let's get into it. Okay, let's get into some of the injuries. The injuries are, we got Covey, who had a hamstring, Mekhi Lemon, who had a hamstring, Devontae Smith, who had a hamstring, and Wisniewski had a hamstring. He's a safety we drafted this year. And I want to say the sixth round safety. 6th or 5th round. I'm sorry. We also got Michael Morris, who was limited with a shoulder. Jaden Roberts with a calf contusion. Then we had Lane Johnson, and then we had Landon Dickerson, and they was just getting rest, guys. So they was just getting some rest. Don't worry about it. They just getting some rest. And I think that'll be good for, you know what? You know what is nice to see? I like to see Landon fresh. I love to see Landon fresh. What's even better is Cam Jurgens don't even touch the wedge card. He don't want to rest, nothing. Cam Jurgens might be back. And I believe that bodes very well for us because we put a lot of money in this dude. And we had high hope for him coming in and being a premier safety. I mean, a premier center, which he can do healthy. But you want because we thought that back injury just was gonna tear him to pieces. I'm somebody who firmly believes once you have a back surgery, once you have back surgery, you're never the same. So I'm glad that he ain't on here for the resting thing, man. It concerns me a little bit about Landon because they felt the need to rest him. It concerns me a little bit about Lane that they feel the need to rest him. But in their absence, you did have Markel Bell playing right tackle.
I feel like it's going pretty good. Just me coming from college, like obviously it's an adjustment. Just talking to Lane the other week, he was just saying there's gonna be some growing pains, and just through the system and me switching over to right tackle and playing both, there's gonna be some growing pains, but we getting better each and every day.
How valuable have the first team reps that you've been getting been for you?
It's been good. I've been going against the best. Just coming out here, I'm just trying to compete. Just trying to get better and trying to earn the trust of my teammates so I can go out there on Sunday and compete.
How about the right tackle of it all after playing left side?
Say it again?
How is going to the right side working for you?
Like I just mentioned, it's some growing pains. It's definitely some growing pains, but I'm getting better each and every day. I'm getting more comfortable, and it's going to help me in the long run.
What are some of the growing pains you're working through?
He played right tackle today, and he normally plays left. He plays Jordan Malata's side, but he played for Lane because Lane rested. And then they had Drew Kendall, who actually played guard for Landon Dickerson. And they ran the ball. They ran the ball a lot. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 6 for 10. He opened up the game. He opened up the practice. 2 straight strikes. One to Dontavian Wicks and the other one to Dallas Goedert. In the middle of the field. Who said that man don't throw in the middle of the field? He can do it, man. It's just he hasn't been asked to do it, so it ain't that big a deal for him. While we talking offensive stuff, man, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into Quez Watkins had a touchdown today. He had a pass caught, and he made Aubrey Thomas miss a tackle, and he ran it in for a touchdown. A lot of y'all probably like, whoa, well, whatever. But that's it's good to see Quez Watkins making plays. Do I want Quez Watkins in the starting lineup? Not really. But it's good to see you making plays. Like I said, Jalen Hurts threw for 6 for 10. He only missed 4 passes. It was very run heavy, so that's actually pretty good. Well, let's talk about Jalen Hurts in his interview. Jalen Hurts had an interview where first let's get into Cole Payton. Cole Payton stayed after to get some extra reps in. And like if you've seen it, they like Cole Payton. I like him as well. He seems like a very athletic kid. I think he's like the white version of Jalen Hurts. Now, it's saying a lot. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's saying a lot because Jalen Hurts is more than just his ability. Jalen Hurts can galvanize a team. He can get guys to buy into certain things. He got the defense saying quotes. And he's not even the leader of the defense. He's got the defense buying into the stuff. So that's a high praise for Cole Payton. But he's getting reps in, and that's all you got to get to move up this depth chart. I believe, Cole Payton will make this team. Maybe practice squad for a while till he develops. I kind of want to see what the preseason brings. Cole Payton has the ability, because he has a rocket for an arm. He can throw that thing. Cole Payton has the ability to move into that third quarterback spot, if not that second quarterback spot. But we'll have to see in preseason. We'll revisit this in preseason and see and see how he performed underneath the lights. All right, Jalen Hurts was in the interview, and he dropped Darius Cooper's name.
How about this receiver room? We know Devontae Smith, what he's done over the course of his career. We know he's going to produce. Everybody's saying, who's the number 2? And I don't even know if you look at it that way. Maybe it's 2, 3, 4. That's all one kind of cluster deal.
Yeah.
But you've got some veterans that have been around.
Yeah.
Wicks has got the cheat code because he's been in this offense before.
Right.
Who's really emerged and opened your eyes there?
I mean, I think Darius Cooper has done a really good job. He's always been a big body, physical, strong hands guy. But just to see how he's transitioned going into year 2, I'm definitely excited for him, along with the rest of them. You know, I think this is just a beautiful time to get to learn your teammates. You know, I talk about the trip we took to Florida and the time we spent in Houston and being together with everyone. That's when you get to see, the babyface song "Body Talk." You know, you see how the body talks to you. You know what I mean? And I think as a quarterback,
I think he was talking about something a little different.
Body talk.
Okay.
Body talk. Yeah, body talk.
I got
the
you.
deal.
Darius Cooper has been balling. He has been the single outside of Devontae Smith. Him as a wide receiver is just completely flashing. He's flashing. And it's almost every day. And not just the second team or the first team. It's not just a certain amount of people who's taking notice. The whole team, for Jalen Hurts to drop his name, the whole team is taking notice that Darius Cooper is fighting like he got dog in him. I don't think that he's going to move up to the first string with everybody else, but he's going to be close second string. I think Elijah Moore gets that slot spot while Mekhi Lemon develops. But Darius Cooper is not far behind Mekhi Lemon.
And I think just improving in that, understanding defenses and coverages and things of that nature, trying to improve mentally is my focus.
You had that one-handed grab the other day. Can you take us through that play? And
yeah.
Where do you feel that?
Yeah, down in the red zone, got to have it situation. And, Andy put it up there. And by the grace of God, I was able to bring it down. I don't think I got my foot in, though. But it was still a pretty good catch. So just really working on the fundamentals, get my drag in, getting into my back, so things of that nature. The catch, that's just extra work. The catch gonna happen, but it's like what you do after that. Do you get your foot in? Do you get on your back? Do you do the fundamentals? So that's what I'm focused on.
Sirianni said before camp, and he mentioned you among one of the guys that does kind of the dirty work.
Yeah.
Do you kind of take pride in that job, and what is that job?
Yeah, man.
He's playing, the plays he's making, he's not far behind Mekhi Lemon. Sean Mannion talked about calling these plays, man. I know a lot of people worry about that. I'm a little bit worried. Because he's new. But I know he's an endless worker. That's the first thing they said. That man is tireless. He's a tireless worker. He has full control of his offense. He's a tireless worker, and he got somebody on his team that has called plays. So Josh Grizzard called plays for the Tampa Bay Bucks last season. And I thought that we were going to get Josh Grizzard, but Sean Mannion was a better sign because of the philosophies he's wanting to put in place. Josh Grizzard is he had some good moments. Guys got injured, and offense couldn't move like that. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that kind of season. But when you have those kind of seasons, you learn from them. You can go back and watch them and see what happened, what you did wrong, what you could have done right. And he don't call the plays here. He's just going to help design stuff. He's going to help design plays that Sean Mannion will call. But this is the conversation from WIP.
Sean, how long do you think it'll take you to feel comfortable in the play calling role, and what are your considerations as you decide whether to do the play calling from the booth or from the sideline with the guys?
Yeah, I think the play calling will be even just the move the ball periods, we call move the ball, where it's not scripted. You can I already felt more comfortable day 2 than day 1 just with the substitutions. I think what helps me is that I've received that level, that communication from the play caller. You know, having played the position, I know what I wanted it to sound like coming into the quarterback. You know, calm, smooth communication. You're not frantic. You're not giving too much, but you're giving a little reminder. So I think I've really been comfortable with the communication of the quarterback. And then I think just our operation, you know, we've had some things we got to improve operationally through the first few days, but these move the ball periods, these call up periods have been great for me, for our staff. I mean, if you're out at practice, you notice we all have headsets on. So it's an opportunity for all of us, you know, even separated from the players, to think about, hey, who's giving down distance, who's watching for defensive personnel. So it's been a great exercise for me as the play caller. And then
Vic Fangio had said something about those guys calling favorable matchups for each other just to see what it looked like. They didn't call favorable matchups for each other also to see what that would look like. They are covering every base when it comes to this offense and defense. As much as the offense is learning, the defense is learning. And it's like it's iron sharpening iron in the best way possible. In the best way possible, these guys are going through, and I'm not doing it all the time. I know when KP was here, he had those guys trying to figure out how to beat schemes with a bad play call. And that's not what's going on here. They're in plays where you have to figure stuff out, but it's not intentionally just to see if you could, you know, conjure up a good play. So I like that. You know, he can have some experience going against a really good play caller in Vic Fangio. So anybody under Vic Fangio, I can kind of say with confidence he wins that matchup. You know, because he's had some good moments against Vic in the defense. So we'll see how that goes. And while we're on Vic Fangio, while we're talking Vic Fangio, he was in media day and he spoke on Jalen Carter and what him being in shape means for the game, for Jalen Carter's game. And this is what he said.
Have you noticed Jalen Carter being a lot more active in camp? I mean, is that because he was fully healthy?
Yeah, I think he's had a good camp up to this point. He's doing the little things better, which when you're in good shape, you know, the little things are done better, because when you're not in good shape and you're just kind of getting through practice, the little things suffer. And I think he's doing a much, much better job. And you know, really excited for what the possibilities are with him.
So Jalen Carter should be able to move better, which I think that is his best attribute as a defensive tackle. Jalen Carter being able to move, he's strong. He's so strong. When he moves how he moves, he has guys shook. He said in that Rams game, he gave that dude the exact same move. That kid knows football. He knows football. So, and then giving a guy the exact same move, you know, I can imagine a big year for Jalen Carter. A big year for Jalen Carter. And if they decide to double Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis will eat them alive. We had this line, mark my words. Anybody can pencil me down, come see me later after the season. Mark my words. This line stays healthy. We're the best in football. That is all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you won't miss no videos. And we out. Let's go, Bird.